meeting to order, please start with a pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
President Warner.
Here.
Secretary Treasurer Horowitz.
Here.
Trustee Fell.
Present.
Trustee Stafford.
Here.
Trustee Welker.
Here.
So we have a quorum present this afternoon.
All right, thank you very much. We have two sets of meetings. I'd like to approve November 13th and November 18th. Need a second on that?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Waive the reading of the correspondence, being that we've all gotten copies to look at. I need a
Well, wait a second.
We got a
Wait,
minutes.
well, hold on a
Accept the
second.
minutes.
Hold on. You got the minutes acceptance
Yeah.
for October 21st, 2019 at 1 PM.
All right, so you want to go with that first?
Well, we got to, I'd
Okay.
like to make a motion to accept the minutes of the regular meeting of
Yep.
October 21st, 2019.
I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so I'd like to waive the reading of the correspondence, being that we all got copies of it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We're going to start with the discussions. Trustee Stafford has a discussion for Old Sag Harbor Road and Noyak Path.
We got the bid in, and I realized the bid was a little bit higher than anticipated, but I asked them to break it down into two different areas, so that hole, or bump, whatever you wanna call it, Old Sag Harbor Road, we should fix that. And the other part, we'll just have to let go until, the road fund can be built up.
Do you have can you provide the board with copies of this? I don't, do we
He
have?
hasn't broken it down. Your original copy was somewhere up to $30,000, and I asked him to break it down into two different categories. I just got off the phone with him. He promised me it would be done by today. Well, today came and gone,
Okay.
and tomorrow's gonna be another day.
Yeah, because there isn't a lot of money left in that account for the road review fund. So we have to really be very diligent on what projects are done, because getting it replenished is very difficult. Only time it's replenished is when a project is done and someone, a residence is built and the CO is going to be acquired. They need to put the money into the account, and the account has been going down steadily for the last couple of years since we've established all the accounts being commingled into one master account. So I think we should really do our
Yeah.
due diligence.
Right, well, we track it, it's listed separately as 8791, so we know every penny that's spent on those, on the trustee roads, and they've required a lot of attention and a lot of maintenance, and, the board's well aware that we're working on trying to find a solution in the interest of public safety and maintaining that. But we're not there yet, but we need to continue working on it. So let's wait to get those estimates, and then we'll further do our due diligence on this.
Yeah, I did have a conversation with one of our constituents who live on Canoe Place Road in Shinnecock Hills. A new house has been built, and they were wanting to know why the road wasn't being paved like it historically had been done. And I explained that all the road review funds are in one master account, and we've actually, instead of hiring a contractor, we use our marine maintenance with our new equipment, our Bobcat and trailer and dump truck, and we try to keep a lot of the projects in-house, cutting down on the cost for the public. So he was very appreciative of that. So being that said, Bruce, when we get that, we'll look at it and move
Okay.
forward on it, okay, as we can, okay? We have a public hearing regarding the application for Devosi C LLC, 315 Royal Avenue, Flanders, Suffolk County Tax Map 900, 123-01-67.6. Joe, do we have all the postings and everything that we need
Yes.
as far as to open the hearing up?
Counsel Lombardo's been provided with the affidavits of
We
posting
have
and
jurisdiction.
mailing.
Okay, so we have jurisdiction to open up this public
Yes.
hearing. I would like to open up the hearing. I need a second on that.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Do you want to describe it, Ed?
It's
Just-
your
or
project.
want me to read it?
Yeah,
Want me to read it?
yes.
Whereas Board of Trustees of the Freeholders and Commonalty of the Town of Southampton have received the permit application of DOC VOSCI LLC for the premises located at 315 Royal Avenue, Flanders, Suffolk County Tax Map 900, 123, 167.6. to construct new 3 by 125-foot rock revetment along the shoreline, to place 250 cubic yards of clean sand to cover revetment and plant with beach grass, 12 inches off on center. Reconstruct approximately 109 feet of existing timber bulkhead using vinyl sheathing, only untreated wood to be used. Whereas the Board of Trustees have determined that the proposed project raises a significant degree of public interest, and public input can aid in the decision-making process. So how do we proceed then if no one is here? We have had a request
Yes.
from the consultant to adjourn this public hearing, so.
Okay, the procedure at this point would be to open the hearing as we've done. We do have jurisdiction. There's nobody here to speak, so then we would adjourn the public hearing to the 18th meeting, and we can reopen at that point. We will not have to renotice or republish if we do it this way.
Is the board in favor of adjourning it to the November 18th meeting?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, let's take a vote on yes.
Okay, we have a motion from Ann to adjourn to November 18th. Need a
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. So it's adjourned. Please make sure the public knows what's going on. Lisa, I know we have some of the constituents from Flanders that are very concerned about this, so if we could contact them, or Ann, or Scott.
Yeah,
both your-
we'll let them know.
It's important.
Yeah, we'll let them know.
Yep.
We'll let them know, and then they could
Yep,
come see when the applicant's agent is here to actually explain the project.
yep.
Could we pass this down to Lisa for the master file? Thank you.
Here we go.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Certainly.
Is there anybody here from the public? I don't see anybody for the public portion, so I'd like to move on to the applications for permits. The waterfowl hunting location, for my area. I have trustee resolution 2019 349 waterfowl hunting location. Applications for transfer and removal of co-permittee. We had discussed these at the work session, and we were all in favor of moving on them. I'll read them in the order that they're listed here. Brian W. Downs, permit 57, transfer permit application to Donald Downs. Brian W. Downs, permit number 59, transfer permit application to Michael Downs. Aaron Gramoka, permit number 241, transfer permit application to Justin Topping. Brian Kelly, permit number 201, transfer permit application to Mark Barucki. And Timothy Seeger, permit number 131, transfer permit application to Kenneth A. Booth Jr. I recommend these approval. I need a second on this.
Second.
All in
We have
favor?
one more, Ed, the addition and removal of a co-permitted.
Yes, and then there's one further one, an additional and a removal. Dwayne Arnister, permit number 142, removal of a co-permittee, Mark Barucki. And
Here's some- I believe that's it.
that's it.
Who
Okay.
was the second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I thought there was
No, you got it.
further stuff there.
All right. I have trustee resolution 2019-350, Terrari Realty LLC, 8 Feedack Lane, East Quogue, New York, Suffolk County, tax map number 0900-341-2-66.4. This application was fully vetted and worked on through the work session, and at this point in time, it meets Blue Book regulations, and I recommend its approval.
A second on that, all in favor?
Aye.
Next, we have 2019-351. It's a waterfowl hunting location permit request for a Christian A. Malhado. There was a request by this applicant for two spots for the waterfowl program, but upon the due diligence that was done by the Bay Constables and this board, this application, both locations have to be denied. So
Okay.
I suggest that we deny this based on various reasons of this not being good locations for this
Second.
activity.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Trustee Resolution 2019-352, modified application of Southampton RE Partner LLC, permit number WRC 00071, 95 Down East Lane, Village of Southampton. Tax map 0904-12-1-1.1. Body of water is Hetty Creek.
Second on that, all in favor?
Aye.
Trustee Resolution 2019-353, renewal application second, renewal of permit number FXD 00032, Project 287 LLC, 4585 Noyak Road, Noyak, New York, Suffolk County Tax Map 0900-24-3-31, body of water, Legionnaires Creek. Make a motion this goes through.
I'll second that, all in favor?
Aye. Trustee Resolution 2019-354, it's a first renewal for the application of the Lucille Bronson Revocable Trust, 442 Dune Road, Village of West Hampton Beach, Suffolk County Tax Map 905-17-1-70.001, body of water, Mauritius Bay Cove. We discussed this extensively at work session, and this is a renewal where nothing has changed, so I'd like to recommend its approval.
I'll second that, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Trustee Resolution 2019-355. Warrant number 18 of 2019 for the sum of $76,876.33. Lisa, can you please?
Certainly. Call ahead, $36. Chesterfield Associates, $4,620. Joseph R. Lombardo, $4,050. New York State Industries for the Disabled, $840.08. The Southampton Press, $47.20. Staples, $64.70. Suffolk Environmental Consulting, $600. The Town of Southampton, $66,588.75. WB Mason and Company, $29.60 for a total of $76,876.33.
The Chesterfield bill for $46.20, was that for Sag Pond, the opening of Sag Pond?
I believe so, but I can certainly check for the board.
Could you please?
I think it's going to be, because
Yeah, I think it
Mecox is gonna be up there.
No, I'm just curious because I know we're working on a water quality management strategy down there with the CPF 20 funding, and seeing how much we're spending on the opening of SAG more so this year than ever before on the board. It's going to be pretty costly, so I'm just curious to see how much money we're going to have offset with the CPF 20 on this by adopting this water quality management plan for SAG.
I'm not sure it's gonna work towards that bill, because I think that was
It's
No,
not.
placed
no,
prior
it's
to
not,
It's
but
not.
future bills.
No, but I'm just making to look
Going
at it.
forward.
I mean, we've had SAG open more times this year than I ever remember, and, it's $4,000 each time, so it's a considerable amount of money to, manage that area down there, so offsetting it with the CPF 20 and a water quality management program would be wonderful.
We need a second on the warrant.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Lisa. Trustee Resolution 2019-356, convert the 2020 Board of Trustees tentative budget to a preliminary budget and schedule a public hearing. We've all had chances to look at the fees and the budget. Does anybody have any questions or concerns, or?
This is about scheduling the public
Yep.
hearing for November 18th at 1 o'clock, and I think at that point in time, and obviously the board got copies of
Yes.
everything, so if
No,
they have.
no, I understand that, but I'm trying to get stuff put on the radar so that we can do some, research in case we have any questions. So I like a second on this.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Are there 3 public hearings then on the 18th? Far Pond, budget and the adjournment of,
Yes.
Yes.
okay.
And also, we'll have four, the next one. The next one's noticed for the 18th as well.
Trustee Resolution 2019, 357. Notice of public hearing to amend Article 12 beach regulations and 4x4 driving for November 18th, 2019, so that'll be the fourth public hearing. Need a second on that?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And this specifically has to do with Cold Springs in the area that we had opened up for the plover mitigation. Does anybody else have anything else to bring up?
That concludes our agenda for today.
Does anybody, because I have a few things I'd like to just bring up. The county started with their contract of filling the overwash in by the Shinnecock Commercial Dock. They started Saturday night pumping. Road H is closed off to public access, foot and vehicular access, as is Road I is going to be closed, the walkover and also the Ponquag Pavilion. There'll be no public access as pedestrian or vehicular traffic from the Shinnecock Inlet to Ponquag Pavilion until after the restoration of the beach is completed.
But the the west access is still open
Correct.
at Ponquag, so
Yeah.
even though the easternmost is
The
closed.
eastern gate is closed and will remain closed. Everything from that point east is closed to the public, pedestrian and vehicular. And I had also talked to Altazullo and had the marine maintenance guys open up. They also did the fencing at Road H, the overlook, so that nobody would drive their cars up there, and it would preclude anybody from the public from walking up there during the project. It is a fuel depot for the contractor to fuel his equipment. I also asked Al to open up the China Beach Pavilion exit entrance on the east end, and he's going to do that today, so we will have public access from that point. Next week, we're going to receive our scallop seed from Cornell Cooperative Extension. Historically, we've had put the shellfish in eastern Shinnecock Bay in the eelgrass beds and western Shinnecock Bay by the China Beach Pavilion on the bay side, Cold Springs Pond, and in West Neck. So I recommend that we do similar to what we had done in the past, and it's worked out pretty good. So is everybody in
I'll go
favor of
with
that?
Yeah,
Okay.
worked out good, let's stick with it.
All right. Does anybody else have anything?
Could you just talk a little bit about the project at Mill Pond and how that's proceeding?
Oh, yes.
Carp.
The carp removal. Last week, the Princeton Hydrological went down there with the help of a whole seine crew that they had hired for carp removal. The first day, they removed about 3,000 pounds. The next day, they removed about 1,000 pounds. And the third day, they only removed a couple hundred pounds. But it was a successful operation. Most of the carp were between a pound and a half and 2 pounds, so they were juvenile carp. I think they're going to reevaluate and maybe do it again next spring. A local bayman, Willie Caldwell, had taken the carp and were going to repurpose them for lobster bait up in Maine, so they were not going to go to waste. So it was a good project. I'd like to thank Steve Lerner and Steve Abramson for participating, going down there, baiting the areas where they were doing the netting so that the carp would be present there in large numbers. It worked out very well, so I want to thank them.
Awesome, thanks, Ed.
And one other thing, the village is going to have a Lake Agawam meeting, I believe on November 15th at 1 o'clock. The New York State DEC is going to come out along with their consultant to discuss the next step in the process of Lake Agawam and what they're going to do with that project.
What was the date again?
The 15th,
Friday, November 15th.
November 15th. I'll get some more information when I contact the mayor this afternoon and get it back to the board as far as
That's
the
good.
time and the specifics, all right?
That's great.
And an update on Baycrest, the contractor had problems getting the Green Heart, similar to the same delays that we had on the Ponquag Fishing Pier, but he believes he's remedied that, so they'll be making progress again on getting Baycrest finished up. It may take a little bit longer than we anticipated because of the delay, but I don't think it's gonna be a drastic delay, so we're making progress on Baycrest as well. Okay.
Scott, the area where we're going to remove the pier where the dog leg goes to the east, the contractor's going to dredge that out and we will be able to put 4 or 5 boat slips in there, correct?
In theory, you know,
Okay.
we'll see how that shakes
Okay.
out. You know, it's certainly gonna clean the
Yeah.
whole area up so that
Yeah.
the local residents will be able to go down there and enjoy that, to, you know, beyond that dock area, do a little fishing, a little crabbing, launch a boat safely. I mean, in the past, it's been snow fenced off, they haven't really been able to do
Ha-
anything.
Has
So-
there been any conversations with the town board or the highway department as far as the rest of the project, the other like 900+ feet of bulkhead that is in terrible disrepair and needs to be redone? Because I know we've gotten a permit for the, our part of the project and that part of a project, and we were gonna segregate it out to 2 different projects.
No, nothing.
It's, I mean, it's a shame because it was a very nice area for, you know, residents to tie their boats up and, you know, have a safe mooring, and it's basically going to waste.
Well, the contractors that were down there now had to go wrangle with a lot of the boardwalk that was around there because of the tides that have been coming, you know, up over the bulkhead on a regular basis, had them all, you know, floating and scurrying all over the place, so they, you know, did what they could to secure it, just as a matter of, you know, being good Samaritans at that point in time. But nothing beyond our ability to do what we, you know, went out to bid for and that we bonded for. You know, we're gonna have to make some adjustments in the project as we go with the capping and stuff, but we know that. But we are making good progress there. It seems this Green Heart material is difficult to get. He did have a bit of a log jam there, pardon the pun, but he's worked his way through that, and we're making progress again. So it's a good project for the trustees. Long time coming.
All right.
Hopefully Bay Avenue East Quad next, you know.
Does anybody else have anything else on the board?
Is there any progress on Bay Constables doing a presentation?
They've been requested, and it's up to Senior Constable Tizzolo to schedule that. It's up to him to manage his staff. I made him aware that we would like him to come in and make a presentation. He's well aware of the start of the season, and I'm gonna leave that in the hands of the Senior Constable to
They've been
make the
very
determination.
busy with overtime, and a couple of Bay constables were out sick.
Right.
One's out for 2 weeks, so I think they're really backed up.
Well, they have a-
But he knows, so, you know, we've made the request, and Senior Constable Tizzolo is gonna do the best he can with
Yeah.
accommodating that. but
I
he
was
knows
just
it.
hoping it could happen before duck
Well, I
hunting
wanna-
season.
I want to really thank the Bay Constables for stepping up and monitoring Road H and making sure the public was not accessing the site. There was very limited fencing, and now that the Marine Maintenance have put up a more permanent chain link fence, it should have resolved the problem. But they really stepped up and did a good job over this. I want to thank those guys for all they do for us. Does anybody else have anything? If not, I'd like
Pretty
to-
much.
We're good. Can we adjourn and go into executive session? I want to bring something up, it's litigation.
Is that a motion?
Motion, yes.
I'll give you the second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.